Proper insulation is very important in new construction and adds value to the home immediately and helps it maintain value over time through heating and cooling cost savings. Loose fill insulation, or blowing wool, is commonly installed in open attics, which is the focus for this program. Using special equipment and techniques, loose fill can also be installed in walls. Known as bibs, or blown-in blanket, it is an alternative to bat and roll products for exterior walls, as is Johns Manville's Spider system. Spider, the product, and the system is covered in a separate video. Both bibs and Spider contractors need to be certified and trained to install these products. Consult Johns Manville for more information. Local codes and builder preferences determine which installation method and product are used. In exterior walls, R13 to R23 may be called out. For ceiling and attic spaces, R30, R38, and R49 are common. In doing blown-in insulation, the amount of insulation needed is carefully calculated. Achieving the correct insulation performance level, or R value, requires installing the right quantity of materials at the right blowing rate within a space. To achieve the R value specified on your work order, it will be important to follow package labeling. The minimum number of bags per 1,000 square feet is based upon the net area of the space to be insulated. Johns Manville's Climate Pro blown-in fiberglass is an excellent choice for attics because it resists moisture, is non-combustible, delivers continual savings on utility bills, and provides high coverage per pound of product. You will need the same basic tools as you use for installing other types of insulation. You also want to be sure to wear the same protective clothing. Safety glasses and gloves are important too, as is wearing a hard hat for working in attics, since trusses and wood braces pose a potential for injury. Because the blowing generates airborne fibers, it is even more important to wear your disposable dust mask when working with loose fill products. And if you are working on high walls or in attics, you may need a ladder or scaffolding. Use extreme caution in setting up and working on or near ladders and scaffolds and in attics. Remember to bring a work light with extra bulbs and a long extension cord as well as a flashlight. You will also need a step ladder and attic rulers. Blown-in insulation requires a special piece of equipment not used with bats, blankets, and rolls. Loose fill insulation is highly compressed in the bag. To do a thorough job installing loose fill insulation, you need to prepare properly, be familiar with product installation requirements, know how to operate and adjust equipment, and know how to properly blow the insulation so you do the best job possible in the least amount of time. Only if necessary, where workspace is tight, prevent the wool from packing by allowing it to blow off of your hand. For your comfort and safety, remember to wear gloves. Keep the hose close to the floor where insulation must go underneath obstructions, such as cross bracing and wiring. Insulation must be blown on both sides of this kind of obstruction. If an obstruction has caused a low spot to occur, fill in the low area. To finish an attic job, you will use bat insulation to cover cavities, drops, and scuttles. Staple the bat to the scuttle door if the scuttle is in a conditioned or heated space. When the job is finished, fill out the attic certificate completely. It should be stapled near the scuttle hole with the installer's name, date, and number of bags installed. Always leave the site clean. Pick up your insulation materials and trash. This is the hallmark of a truly professional job. Loose fill insulation, or blowing wool, is commonly installed in open attics and can be installed in walls. The amount of insulation needed is carefully calculated. Achieving the correct insulation performance level, or R value, requires installing the right quantity of materials at the right blowing rate within a space. In addition to your usual tools, you will also need a step ladder and attic rulers. Blown-in insulation is applied with a loose fill blowing machine. Follow the manufacturer's operating instructions and check product labels for the correct settings. Install vent chutes over eave vents and baffles around recessed lighting fixtures and fan motors if needed. Pre-plan your work. Divide the space to be filled into 4 equal parts. Figure how many bags should go into each fourth of the space. Place attic rulers in each space. Keep the hose parallel to the floor. Begin at the far wall and work toward the center, blowing in the direction of the joists. Avoid bends or kinks in the blowing hose. Repair leaking hoses with duct tape. Blow insulation on both sides of cross bracing or wiring and fill in any low areas. In slope ceilings, start at the bottom of the slope and work upward. Inspect the job. Count the number of bags used and check the thickness of the insulation. Remember, our value is obtained by using both the correct number of bags per 1,000 square feet and installing the insulation to the minimum recommended thickness. Use batt insulation to cover cavities, drops, and scuttles. Fill out the attic certificate and staple it near the scuttle hole. Then finish cleaning the site.